Because at the end of the day, the DSCR loan is not magic. It's simply a tool. But in the hands of smart investors with the right strategy, it can become a powerful vehicle for building long-term wealth and financial freedom. The biggest mistake people make is waiting until they feel completely ready. Hi, my name is Darren Copeland, President and CEO of Summit Lending. The reason I'm so passionate about this subject is I love helping folks build wealth through real estate, as I'm a fellow investor myself. Did you know there's investors all over the country that are quietly building rental portfolios using the strategy that most people have never even heard of correctly? It's called the DSCR loan, and in my opinion, this has become one of the most powerful tools available for people who want to build long-term wealth through real estate. And in this video, I'm going to break down the insider secrets of the DSCR loan, how investors are using it to scale faster, the mistakes that kills deals, and how ordinary people are slowly building what I call a real estate empire. It's not overnight, not with gimmicks, but with strategy, patience, and smart financing. So first, let's talk about what a DSCR loan actually is, because there's a lot of confusion online. The DSCR loan stands for Debt Service Coverage Ratio. It sounds complicated, but the concept is super simple. Instead of qualifying based heavily on your personal income like a traditional mortgage, the lender is primarily looking at whether the property can financially support itself. That's a game changer, because now investors who may write off income on tax returns, own businesses, or have complicated finances suddenly have another path to qualify. And that's the first insider secret. Number one, DSCR loans are built for real investors that are not perfect on paper, for borrowers that traditional loans become difficult once someone starts scaling. And why? Because eventually debt-to-income ratios tighten up, the tax write-offs reduce qualifying income, and multiple properties can create problems. A lot of successful business owners actually look terrible on paper, but with DSCR loans, you can focus more on the asset and the cash flow potential. That opens doors, especially for self-employed entrepreneurs and investors. Secret number two, cash flow matters more than ego. This is where many investors make huge mistakes. Everybody wants the flashy Airbnb, the giant property, the social media flex, but smart investors focus on one thing first: cash flow. The property has to make sense. The goal is not just owning doors, the goal is owning profitable doors. I've seen investors buy smaller, boring properties that quietly create financial freedom over time. Real wealth usually looks boring before it looks impressive. Secret number three, your first investment property matters more than your 10th. People overcomplicate getting started. They think, hey, I need 20 units. Then they say, I need millions of dollars. They need perfect timing. No. Most real estate empires start with one property, one smart decision, one good rental, one opportunity. Then momentum starts building. Equity grows, rent increases, experience increases, and the confidence increases. Then investors repeat the process strategically, and that's how portfolios are built. Secret number four, investors are using DSCR loans to scale faster. This is the part that most people don't understand. With conventional financing, eventually you hit limitations. But DSCR lending can help investors continue growing because qualification is often centered around property performance. That means investors can potentially expand portfolios, preserve personal income flexibility, separate business strategy from personal tax returns, and to continue acquiring properties that strategically is flexible and powerful, especially for entrepreneurs. Secret number five, the biggest mistake investors make is chasing the appreciation only. This is very, very dangerous, you guys. Too many people buy hoping that the market saves them, and that's straight up gambling. Strong investors buy based on monthly cash flow, market stability, long-term demand, rent potential, and how they're going to exit this strategy. Rent potential, exit strategy, and appreciation should be the bonus, not the entire strategy. The investors surviving every market cycle understand this. Secret number six, real estate wealth is built over years, not months. Social media has destroyed patience. Everyone wants financial freedom immediately, but real estate rewards consistently. One property becomes two, two becomes four, and four becomes eight. Then one day, people look at that investor and think, man, they got lucky. No, they stay committed, they kept learning, they stayed disciplined, and they avoided emotional decisions. That's the real secret. All right, secret number seven. The market you buy in matters. This is huge. Not every market performs the same. Smart investors study population growth, rental demand, employment, landlord friendliness, affordability, and economic development. That's areas in and around Kansas City that continue to attract investors. Strong demand, affordability compared to larger metros, the economic growth, and central location. The investors always follow opportunity. Secret number 8, your financing team can either help you scale or slow you down. This is something that almost no one talks about. The wrong lender creates bottlenecks, slow closings, poor communication, inexperience with investor loans, and a lack of strategy. That becomes very expensive and very fast. The right mortgage strategy matters just as much as the property itself, especially when you start scaling, because eventually the game changes from can I buy a property to how can I build this correctly long term? And that's a completely different conversation. Most successful investors did not start with massive portfolios. They started with education, a plan, and action. If you've been thinking about buying your first investment property, growing your rental portfolio, or learning how DSCR loans actually work, my team and I here at Summit Lending would love to help guide you through the process. No pressure, no hype, just real conversations about strategy, financing, and building wealth the right way. Reach out, ask questions, learn the game before you play the game. And if this video helps you, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who wants to build wealth through real estate, and keep following along because we're going to continue to break down real mortgage and investing strategies that can help people actually use in the real world. I'm Darren Copeland. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.